Diggs Nation.
Welcome. We are back with another episode of Peanut Butter Magic. So now we're going to dive into the gaming industry and all things around it. So stay tuned.
It's the Peanut Butter Magic Show. It's the Peanut Butter Magic Show.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Peanut Butter Magic. I'm your co-host, Brandon Austin. I got my main man with me, Sway Low.
Yeah, it was good.
Everything's good on my side, Diggs. How you doing today?
Titans lost.
Ah,
So so I'm there. I'm there
well,
all the way.
we're talking about football. We're both representing baseball tonight.
Right. And we're both representing New York.
There we go. You got the Yankees, and I went with the
Yankees.
I went with the better New York team, the Mets tonight.
There we go.
Oh man. Well, speaking of games that baseball players like to get involved in,
Right?
tonight we got a special guest with us tonight. Tonight we brought in one of our hometown heroes. They call him the man, they call him the legend, and he's going to bring us into everything gaming and everything that goes along with it. Welcome, Johnny T.
Yeah.
What's up, man? How's everything going?
Everything's wonderful. It's been busy. It's been busy. It's a good busy though. You want to stay busy.
That's right. So I'm excited to talk to you tonight. A couple years ago, you got into some online streaming, and then that's kind of branched off into some other opportunities for you. I know when you first told us that you were going to start making money playing games, we were like, no, that doesn't happen. But it turns out it does. And it's a form of entertainment that I didn't realize has grown into the industry that it has. So I'm really excited to dive in and hear all about it tonight.
Awesome. Well, when it comes to things like this, is that there's, depending on the efforts that you participate in, there's opportunity everywhere.
Right.
And so I took opportunity in aside entertainment that I enjoy during, of course, the dreaded C word and the downfall that came with that. The positive that came with it was free time.
Right.
And instead of taking my free time and just keeping myself busy and doing mundane tasks and just trying to get myself through the timing of the world, I started seeing more and more of what I could do to facilitate more income doing something that I enjoyed since I had all this free time. For me, it was like a reset button on your life. It's like, okay, you had this certain situation going on, now your life's put on hold. What are you gonna do during the hold? Well, I started playing, getting really into video games more than I was previous, and in doing so, I was like, man, there's a lot going on with this. I dived a little deeper into it than I anticipated. Really, I found that people were entertained by watching other people play video games. Like some people were more entertained by watching other people playing video games than playing the video games themselves.
Which
Yeah,
that
I've noticed
blew my
that.
mind.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Like my children will spend hours on YouTube watching children play video games.
Mm-hmm.
Which is crazy to me because when I was a kid, I hated playing games with other people because I have to sit there and wait for my turn. Like,
Right, that's what
come
I was
on,
just about to say.
would your character just die already?
Right. You're over there playing Super Mario, getting forced to be Luigi every time. You're like, all right, fine. But
Exactly.
so it's weird how the world's can't pretty much adopted a lifestyle that is completely different from the norm for us.
Yeah.
So in doing so with that, I dived a little deeper into it. I used to stream previously on a platform that got bought out by Facebook. It used to be called Mixer, and I started streaming on there, for a little while and everything like that. Got some notoriety on it, everything like that. Then, of course, it got bought out. It went under, and I decided I wanted to, continue doing that, but I would have to start from ground zero after everything that I'd already established, the basis and everything. And I was actually pushing for a partner in the company at the time, and then that's when they sold the company. So it's like you almost got to the pinnacle, and then you had to start over again,
So you
and
lost all the followers and
everything.
everything.
Everything. They
Man,
asked us to start over and go into Facebook gaming. And you know me, I'm not super, into and interested in social medias.
right,
I feel like a lot of social medias are just a waste of time. Of course, that's my opinion. Um, uh, and I didn't really want to get a Facebook and have to get into more back into the social media Facebook to get into Facebook gaming.
right.
But so I started back over with Twitch and relearned that journey. And in doing so, I came across a lot of good people, a lot of good communities and everything like that. And I found a lot of people that were looking for a community to have of their own. There would be parts of other communities and everything like that, but never really have like their own safe haven or place to go.
What do
So
you
I was
mean
like,
by that? What do you mean by a community?
so we have Discord communities, which
Okay.
are basically just like Discord is a facilitation app where people can go and have and join like different rooms and threads and everything. It's kind of like a more organized and less hateful Reddit,
Okay.
where
Okay.
you can join communities in of things that you're interested in Discord, and we made our iconic gaming uh, community where
So is this
people.
something that you just met some people that were already doing it, or were you there from the beginning?
I met people that were already doing it. I used to
Okay.
be a part of a creator app like that previous when I played games called Line,
Mhm.
Line. It was like a smaller platform for kind of like Discord.
Mm.
It would be the comparison to Vine's TikTok.
Oh, I
It
see.
wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't as big, but you got the ground roots of it and everything like that. So with Discord, I just took off with it. I knew exactly how everything worked, just on a bigger scale. So we got into Discord and everything like that, and we uh, I started playing video games and met one of my close friends, Stacy Welch, who had been trying to get this iconic team, you know, on board and pushing to make bigger and better things with it.
Mhm.
And he had a dream and he had a great idea, and he just needed somebody that had the workmanship to go with it. It's hard to build a dream by yourself
That's right.
and to make things happen. So I told him, I was like, what do we need to do in order to make this more successful? And we sat down and we had a genuine heart to heart conversation on our 6 month plan, our year plan, and what we wanted this team for the future.
Now, how long have
And,
you been playing games with iKon up to this point?
um, to this point today, it easily be I want to say every bit of 3 years.
Now, and I know where this meeting led to because we've talked about it before, but
Mhm.
up into that meeting, how long had you been playing?
Oh, video games in
No, no,
general.
no, just streaming online when you were linked up with Discord and had found some communities. Like, how long did
Uh,
that journey take you?
uh, with Mixer, I streamed on Mixer for about a solid year, and
Okay.
then it went under. I started my Twitch and everything like that, and I'd streamed for about a month after that. Solid, got everything set up to stream and everything like that, and then my job now, my 9 to 5, I work at a auto manufacturing plant,
Hmm.
had really taken off, and so I was working like 6 day, 12-hour work weeks and everything like that. So right in the midst of the rebuilding my dream of streaming and playing video games again, I had to let it go to the wayside,
Right.
and that probably happened for a good solid year and a half before I was able to actually get the free time from my 9 to 5 employment to have the free time to put the efforts back into it. So probably roughly about 2 years into Twitch, uh, and 1 year into Mixer. But
Okay.
there was a long gap in between that because I had Twitch for over a year before I could actually finally hit it and focus on it like I had wanted to.
Sure, sure. Now, when you play online, is it really just you're just playing games? Do people recommend games? Do people follow your gameplay to figure out how to like complete a task in a game, or are you just straight up playing?
Okay, for me, it's about an entertainment value that I want to add to people and give to people. Because for those that are unaware of how the platform works on Twitch and everything like that, you have subscribers just like you would on YouTube. And when you subscribe, you pay a monthly fee to see this person. I want people to get their money's worth. I don't want somebody to just be, just dead air, sitting there, not saying anything, playing video games, and just be boring. So for me,
Right.
it was always an episode. For me, I always had several talking points. I always organized everything as if it was a TV show.
Oh, I
Like,
see.
yes. So for me, when I would get on there, of course, I played games at a very high level. I'm very good at first person shooter video games. It was always a thing for us friends to be competitive. Everybody that I grew up playing video games, for us to play first person shooter video games and to be competitive with each other. And I took that a little more serious than probably most. And I would always be like off to the side or by myself, like training to get better at the game, just so I could beat my friends.
Right.
And in doing so, with that,
That's why I couldn't beat you.
yeah, exactly.
Hell no.
And
When I stopped him last time, what happened?
it was beautiful. And because of that competitive spirit, I was able to take that drive and get better and better at games. And before I started noticing, my friends would tell me like, man, you're really good at this. Like you should really show people, what you're about and everything like that. They could really learn a lot of things. So I started playing a game called Paladins. It was like
I
it was
never heard
like
of it.
it's really adjacent to like Overwatch.
Okay.
Overwatch just has a bigger name to it.
See, I'm old
And
now. None of these games even ring a bell. You know what I
right,
mean? Like,
right. It for me, it'd be like it was a type of it's like a team-based game, kind of like Halo and everything like that.
okay.
You'd have a task. You'd have something called the payload. You guys would go to this payload that you would have to lock down this certain area and hold it down, and then be able to push that payload with your teammates to their area.
Hmm.
And I got really good at that game. I was one of the best in the world. I had dropped 56
Way to
kills.
pat yourself on the back there, Johnny.
Hey, I worked hard for that. Okay, I worked hard for that.
Well, you know what they say. If ain't nobody else cheering for you, cheer for your damn self.
Absolutely. I'm my own worst critic, but I am my own biggest fan.
I ain't
And you
mad
have
at you.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
and you have to be. And I started playing that game and would play it, the ranked mode and everything like that, and get better and everything like that, and dropped 56 kills in a game by myself. And once I noticed that I could literally defeat whole teams by myself, I was like, I really got to start doing something with this. And that's when I started
Okay.
getting into streaming. I started with a game called Apex Legends.
Mhm.
For my Twitch and everything like that. There's a medic character named Lifeline. See, I was always a very defensive player with my friends because, my friends always played casually and everything like that. So I would always focus on keeping them alive while I'm playing the game. That way we could all have fun.
All right.
And so in doing so, I was like one of the most aggressive defensive players. So I started playing Lifeline. That way I could heal my friends and then go back into battle. And I became the number 4 lifeline in a mode called Arenas, where you just literally face you and another team. It's a 3v3. Became the number 4 lifeline in the United States for 2.5 years solid.
Dang.
And yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
There you go.
Thank
I
you.
want to talk about Twitch, Johnny.
Let's talk about it.
Okay, so you explained a little bit about how you got involved with Twitch.
hmm
I'm not very familiar with the platform. How does Twitch work for someone that's never even considered
Okay.
using it?
Twitch is a wonderful platform. It's kind of it's a kind of it's kind of like YouTube, but instead of like making weekly videos, you can stream as much as you want. You can make episodes every single day. Some people stream. I have people that stream for an hour a day, and I know people that will stream all day long and have to be pulled off of it to eat it. You know, if they had the choice not to. But for me, Twitch is a good outlet for things like that. You can be there for free, and there's a lot of uh, free things and commonalities that you can use going into other people's channels, or you can pay different premiums, and their channels offer different things. They offer like different emotes and special privileges in their chats given to those who subscribe and everything like that. And it's a wonderful platform where it's very interactive with the people that you chat with and the people that are a part of your community that watch you. Like for me, I'd always offer emotes and I'd always have giveaways for my subscribers and everything like that, and just make it beneficial for them to be there and for them to keep their subscriptions every month to be a part of the community. And of course, we always had, there was never a requirement to be a subscriber or to pay money for anything like that. But I just wanted to like give away to the people that really facilitated this dream for me.
Okay. Now you talk about subscriptions. How does the subscription model work?
Okay, so their subscription model works like this. It's a $5 sub per month. Twitch takes 50%. You get 50% of the
Damn.
dollars.
Yeah.
50%?
50%. But
Lord have mercy.
Yep. So you get a payout once it reaches $100 every month.
Mm-hmm.
It gets paid straight to you. It's linked up straight to your bank account.
That's expensive as shit, though. Like 50%. Lord.
50%.
Are there
So
other
Twitch gonna come get their money.
I see. Are there other platforms you can use other than Twitch? Or is that the only game in town?
No, they're not. They're per se the Walmart, but there's other places to shop.
Now, what's the benefits of using Twitch as opposed to another platform?
The viewership. There's so many more people on Twitch as a whole, as a platform, and it for me it would be the existence of making the comparison of like, yeah, you can fight MMA pretty much anywhere, but UFC is where you're going to get your name.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I got this off. I think your Instagram. You shaved your beard for Twitch.
Absolutely.
So I know just a moment ago you said you like to do things for your subscribers. So that's very intriguing to me. So I would like for you to talk about where that came about and why you even did it.
Okay, so I mean, of course, you want to be entertaining, and of course, I start each and every one of my episodes wherever, because I've had so many different variations of the legend name given to me by yours truly and other close friends and confidants. But I start each episode as iKon legend, legend swag, the man legend, legend of all variables, and welcome to the channel. And I always try to welcome people in because I want them to have a place where they can come and have fun and play video games. And it's big for me, even when I wasn't making money off of it, to give back and show the people that would just come in and say hi, that they were important to me. And in doing so, I seen something where they it's called September. In September, they do a benefit for streamers to where the subscription rates are $1 cheaper for the subscriber, but the streamer themselves still gets the full benefit of the
Oh, that's
subscription.
cool.
So a
they
lot
discounted their 50% and not yours.
Well, they can afford it at that point.
yeah, 11 months out of the year they got their money.
Yeah, they
Right.
made all the money off of you. And
Right.
shit, they'll give you a little break.
Yeah, exactly. I've been cashing this check off of you. I'll give you a little bit back. Like, it would be basically per se your income tax when it comes to Twitch. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's your income tax. So they give you September. So everyone comes up with cool and facilitates, neat plans and everything like that to do a September subathon to where they encourage people to sub to their channel and they give them different benefits for doing so for hitting different milestones.
I see.
Yes. So I was very humble in mine and everything like that because I wanted everybody to hit the milestones and have a good time. So I put a very low goal, and the generosity of the community that I have, I'll never be able to understand. We hit our goal that was supposed to be for an entire month in two different streams that I did, in two different bow
Okay.
tie Fridays. So I would stream 4 days a week. Or 5 days a week, excuse me, at the time that I was going, streaming full time with it. I would stream Monday through Friday. I would have Ticket Tuesdays and Bow Tie Fridays. Those were my theme days.
Okay.
And so,
Now let me ask you this real quick. When can someone just come to your channel like that's never heard of you, don't know who you are? Do they have to subscribe to watch anything? How does that work?
no, it's everything is a free based platform. You don't
Okay.
have you can come in there like you can use it like YouTube, like for instance. A lot of people that do Twitch and everything like that also make YouTube videos out of their different streams and
Mhm.
everything like that. It's very free. It's very interactive. It's still fun, even if you're not paying money.
Okay. So what is the enticement for someone to actually subscribe?
It's a different relevance depending on the streamers. Different streamers do different things. Some streamers may not do anything, and
Uh-huh.
some streamers may go above and beyond. So I can't really give the opinions of others, but the way my structure was
Mhm.
that I would have certainty giveaways to where I would give away Amazon gift cards, electronic equipment. Um, Personal items from our iconic gaming print shop to be made for the certainty uh, viewer. I mean, there was just so many different things that we were constantly trying. We would have them come on and be guests on different episodes. They could
Okay.
win the opportunity for that. So we tried to do what we could to really do more than our fair share for their $5.
Okay.
see.
So in other words, like I'm trying to break this down in my head. So basically they would subscribe and you do like a raffle type deal for them. Okay,
Absolutely.
gotcha. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So let me explain one thing that I would do. Uh, I would do something called Ticket Tuesday,
Uh-huh.
and so in Ticket Tuesday, it would be like a competition amongst myself and the team my team playing the game. We would play the arenas mode in Apex Legends, and for every time that we knocked somebody or killed, we would call it a ticket.
Mhm.
So I had a close friend of mine, Cam, we called him Cam Hustle. Cameron would joke around and say every time that he would shoot off his R301, it'd sound like the raffle tickets off of a Chuck E. Cheese machine.
All right.
I thought it was the funniest thing ever. So we started saying, all right, every time we knock somebody, that's cashing a ticket. Like, oh man, I'm cashing a
Okay. Yeah,
ticket
yeah.
on this dude. And so ever since we started doing that and everything like that, I was like, let's make this fun. Let's make. I made it competitive. I was like, Cam, I bet I can get 50 tickets for you can get there. No, there's no way. And so ever since then, we would go for 50 tickets. And if I could get to 50 tickets, I wanted the whole team that I was playing with to get to 50 tickets. So each one of us would get 50 tickets. We would have a raffle and give away $25 to $50 Amazon gift card to a random viewer in the chat. But you had to be an active viewer at the time, and you had to be there for Ticket Tuesday to get your opportunity. And then I would present said prize to the viewer. They would come back on Bow Tie Friday, which is the party stream that's more laid back. We dress up nice. We have a good time. We play some music. We vibe out. And I would present their prize in its entirety on stream to them in front of all the other viewers.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that business model, man. That's wonderful. Very
Mhm.
good.
because
Let
that
me
really
find out
gets
Johnny
people
T really
involved.
grew up. He grew up,
Well,
boss. He grew up for real. Okay, I can dig it.
So
yeah.
with
So
your subscribers, do they get exclusive viewers at any time, or is it all out in the open?
okay, so for the subscribe and everything as far as the viewership, everything's out in the open.
Okay.
They get a lot of they get things called drops, which is something that Twitch can supplement that we set up and everything like that, depending on the games and everything that we play. They come to watch me play a certainty of games.
Hmm.
Well, for however long that they watch me, they hit different milestones and everything like that. And when they hit different milestones, they can unlock free in-game content for the games that I play, and they watch me play.
I see.
So they can
Okay.
unlock themselves. They can unlock free skins and free equipment and things like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, free in-game purchases that they would make anyways just by watching me. And then I
Wow.
also try to facilitate things for my channel and uh, from me, just so it doesn't make it seem like Twitch is doing everything for them. I wanted to show my graciousness and everything for my community as well.
I see. I see. Huh. So you mentioned Apex Legends. Is there any other games that you play?
Oh, yeah. It's not always the first person shooters and everything like that. You got to get with the times. You got to play
What's hot at
what's
the moment?
what's
Yeah.
hot, what's popping. Even if it's you gotta get outside of your realm, things that you wouldn't normally play. So I mean, I've played just about anything and everything that's just been hot at the moment. I've played different adventure games, different like Borderlands. Uh,
Oh, I love Borderlands.
I love Borderlands. Yeah, the different because they're always coming out with new content, and people want to
Right.
see the content and the downloadables and everything like that that they have for those games. So I mean, there's just a mass array of different things that you can play and have a good time with.
Okay.
So we always try to branch out, and I try to keep the competitive spirit for the first person shooter games on the competitive days. Like Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and then like Thursdays and Fridays, we just try to be laid back and try to dig into something a little softer, a little bit more of a vibe and everything
Mhm.
like that, and just try to enjoy yourselves. Try to get ready for the weekend and keep things more low key. Play some games that aren't so as intense and aggressive.
Okay. Before we get into your current role in iKon Gaming, let's
Hmm.
talk about iKon and that brand because it's something that you seem to have stumbled into that has brought you pretty solid success. So
Oh,
can you talk about kind of the early days of getting involved in iKon and what exactly that is?
absolutely. So, iconic gaming community is now the brand. Back then, it was iconic, and then it was Rage. It was R4GE,
Mm,
and so I stumbled upon it playing Apex Legends randomly with a close confidant named Stacy Welch, good friend of mine. He's
Mhm.
my partner in Iconic. Uh, we own the company half and half, and it started out as a group of friends just playing games that they loved, and it was more of a social circle than
mm,
anything. He didn't really think of it, at the time when he very, very, very first started to really take this and make it a household name or a brand or a business. And it started out as a social club for people to come and join and play video games together and just have camaraderie to play video games, and have camaraderie amongst men. It was, it's something as simple as basically being like a bowling team, and taking that bowling team and making an actual business for uh, the actual activity that you enjoy. Uh, and so me, I've always been like a numbers guy. I'm a statistics guy. I always see something, and I want to improve it. And I'm like, how do I improve this? How do I make this better? I've always had one gear when it comes to doing things. Always want to, push forward with things. So I seen this, and he had talked to me about it several times. Oh man, you should join it and blah blah blah. And I thought nothing of it. And I was like, no man, I'm good. And then me and him sat down and had a serious talk about it and everything like that. And I was like, what do you want out of this? He's like, that's a good question. Well, you know what? Why don't you become a part of this and let's figure this out together? And for somebody to just be so open about wanting to have my opinion and have me around to, help out with a dream that they had been basing their whole life, I was taken back by it,
Hmm.
just from the pure friendship that him and I had. He was willing to like let me in on his dream.
So
You know,
how does it work with you working on, as you say, someone else's dreams? Because a lot of times you can recruit people to do something that you want to do and their heart really ain't
hmm
in it because it's not theirs. Um,
right.
how were you able to transition and make it like something that you really wanted to do?
Because it was something I really wanted to do. At the time, I didn't realize I wanted it. At the time, I didn't realize it's something that I genuinely needed myself, and it became a seed was planted that day
Uh,
in me, and it grew, and
okay,
it became a passion of mine as well.
yeah. Because
Because
I know a lot of times I recruit Brandon for shit, and it may not be his cup of tea,
yeah,
but because we're a team,
yeah,
he gets on board. You know what I mean? So
absolutely. No,
yeah.
it was never anything where it was a forced issue or anything pushing me just because of the friendship that we had. No, a seed was planted, and I had a genuine passion for this grew, and I wanted to be a part of this just as much, if not more, than he did.
How
I
many
wanted
how many members do you have now?
uh we try to keep relatively the team members small and everything
Okay.
like that because you got to keep a small circle to be trustworthy. But as far as the community, we've had as much as 400 500 people
Oh wow.
be a part of it.
Okay. Okay.
A- Absolutely.
Now, do you have a
Eh,
marketing strategy? How do you get the word out?
we go. We have our own our website. We have advertisers that we advertise on different platforms and everything like that. You would see us in those annoying ads that you would want to want to on pretty much every other platform. You'll see us on the internet. Just advertising on your different social medias and everything like that. Just you'll see us just as a brand, like you would see for when they mention toothpaste, and all of a sudden your phone pops up and it's telling you what toothpaste to buy.
Yeah.
Right. No, that doesn't happen.
No, never,
Of course
never.
not.
No, they're not listening.
No,
I,
no,
I, I
no,
never
no.
seen toothpaste ads. Never.
Yeah. No, it's just, yeah. So for us, but the main hub for us is we like to use our Discord to get the word out to people to join the community, and the iconicgaming.net website,
Okay.
where if from there you can get the Discord, you can see the merchandise mall to support the streaming team and the communities, and you can see the print shop that prints the merchandise for the streamers and the merchandise for yourself or for any of your needs for clothing or clothing imagery.
Now, I do want to talk about this, but I want to rewind a little bit. And when you talked about meeting up with your partner and him presenting to you an opportunity to join up and grow the company, when you first started streaming, was your intent to turn it into a business, or was your intent just to kill time because we were all at home and you wanted to take advantage of something that you were already doing anyway?
I wouldn't necessarily make it like the big scale that it to actually go through and make something an LLC at the time.
Mhm.
But I wanted to make a little bit of extra money. I did. I'm sitting at home, not getting paid nearly as much for my 9 to 5 as I would be being there.
Hmm.
And I was like, I wasn't saying that I'm hurting for money by any means, but I'm not a man of idle time. I want my time to be valued when I put efforts into something. And I seen myself playing video games quite often with my friends, and I'm like, man, you know, I I need to figure out how I can enjoy myself doing this because I'm using a lot of time, but make money from it the same. Now the idea was there, but the scale of it wasn't nearly that the magnitude that I thought it could be that it's turned into.
Mm.
It started out as just like, something to facilitate a small amount of income to replace the what I was missing from previous.
Now, I don't want to get into the inner workings of the business, like Sway always says, the game is sold, not told. But
Absolutely.
I would like to talk about some of the ventures that this opportunity has brought you on. You guys got together, you created this LLC. You've now got a business that has grown to more than just streaming. So, can you talk about some of those extracurricular activities that you guys get a part of?
Oh man, it's just we do a lot of charity, honestly, and because we want to do a lot of give back. Feeding America, we've been associated with them. We've been associated with uh, the SAT2B Gene Foundation for
Wow.
genetic disorders. We try to uh, focus on charities and try to push our uh, our help and everything like that with much more than just our community and
Yeah,
everything.
that's great. That's
And
respectful.
and
Mhm.
that's I mean that's what it's about, honestly. Like whenever you're giving a platform of any acknowledgement and everything like that, it's good to take that platform and do something positive with it.
Sure.
And
Wow.
so I've been able to do and have food drives and things like that, and be a part of something much bigger than myself, which is probably the most rewarding sense of why I've got into this. Yeah,
Sure.
it's been great to meet some wonderful people, it genuinely, but to be able to be a part of something bigger like that and be able to give back to the less fortunate, that's what's made it so much more worth it to me, being able to be involved in things like that.
Okay. All right. Now, the last time we talked about this, you had mentioned that you were selling merchandise for everyone that was in your community. So, like, there are icon legend, right, apparel that you can buy online. But
Absolutely.
a step further than that is you were telling me that you guys actually manufacture some of your own merch and can provide it for other companies, whether they're involved in gaming or not.
Yes.
Are you
Yes.
using a sewing machine, Johnny T?
Oh, I mean, not so much, the prehistoric existence of that. We have, right. I'm not your grandma over there with a whittle, but no, everything's more digital now. We've got laser printers,
Mhm.
embroidery machines and everything like that. And if I may get a little closer and show the icon strong insignia and
Beautiful.
the UPC code that can be scanned to take us to the website.
Oh,
I
wow,
even
on your
have
hat?
on my hat. And if I can get a little closer, you might be able to see a little me on the bow tie saying "Hell yeah."
Oh, nice.
Yes. So this is my iconic bow tie, my Icon Strong insignia. The
Okay.
Icon Strong banner is what we use for our charities and everything like that. We want people to. You don't have to be a part of Iconic to remain Icon Strong. You just keep fighting the good fight for what you're fighting for, and you'll be Icon Strong.
Hmm,
And so for us, uh, the business model is to just help people with. Uh, a niche that we seen that they were struggling with. So we got into streaming and everything like that, and we seen a lot of these bigger companies that were making merchandise for streamers, like how Twitch wants their money.
mhm,
So did those companies, and they
mhm,
wanted such a kickback that it would get to the point where they're selling all this merchandise and they're not really making very much profit, if not making any money at all to sell this merchandise. It got to the point where it wasn't very beneficial.
right,
So
Mhm.
we wanted to narrow the market and take something that people were struggling with and make it more beneficial to them, make it more hands-on to where they're talking to real people instead of an automated service and talking to a robot on a dial tone number, to fix their problems. We wanted to, get high quality products at a cheaper price. That way we could facilitate more of a kickback and more profit for the streamer themselves. We wanted to become their merchandise company. So in doing so with that, we seen that there was more of a market for things like that in general.
Hmm.
There's businesses that we make their employee uniforms for, because as companies are, the bigger the company and everything like that, the more money that they want to make. So if they go into a local business like ourselves, they're able to get the high quality product that they need for their employees without breaking the bank.
Is
Right.
clothing mainly your main uh, business, or do you
Oh,
do?
we're working in engineering right now. Uh, Equipment for gaming and everything like that. Right now, we're working on self-heated blankets that are Bluetooth that we can connect our controllers and stuff like that to,
Wow.
and just other just other things and everything like that. Other just wild and wacky Frankenstein ideas to improve gaming as a whole and everything like that. And then really the home furnishing market and everything like that to just try to see what we can do and what we can improve on.
Huh.
But
There's a
right now the main facilitating for finances is the clothing. Absolutely.
I'm blown away by merchandise. Just watching other companies and individuals that have just created an entire like profit margin just solely off of merchandise. It blows my mind. The company Raw Rolling Papers,
Hmm.
like their merchandise is insane. You can get anything you can think of. They sell it on their website, and
Yeah.
I'm curious how much they make off of merchandise versus their own product themselves because their merchandise line is just insane.
Right. It for I'm the business model for it is as long as the inventory is moving, you're making money. If you've
That's right.
got inventory just sitting there, not collecting dust, you're not making any money.
That's
So
right.
they're probably more than likely the inventory of what they have are novelty items that are moving quick. Like for us, we sell a lot of T-shirts, we sell a lot of hoodies because even all, year round people wear a hoodie. Let's be
Right.
honest. You just want to be comfortable. It'll be 70 degrees outside. You're inside your house walking around in a hoodie and
Shit, I saw kids
sweatpants.
out here this summer with hoodies on outside.
Absolutely. So it's about the things that thermos cups,
Hmm.
we have a lot of decal stickers that we sell, and they're very cheap and they're very easy to make, but you sell quite a bit of them because
Right, because
they're
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 cheap. Yeah.
easy. Yeah,
Mhm.
they're easy. People will buy quite a bit of it, and especially if let's be honest, you can make a lot of money off people liking themselves. And when you can make brands and insignias for other people, nothing feels nothing feels nearly as cool when you're wearing your own merchandise of something. You see your own face on a t-shirt or you're
Right.
exactly. You see your own face on a t-shirt or your own brand on a t-shirt, it puts a little bit more pep in your step,
Oh
you
yeah.
know? Especially
Remember when we used to sell those baller bands?
mhm.
You know what I mean? We sold more
Absolutely.
baller bands than we did probably CDs.
Yeah. That's what it's about and everything like that is being able people want that cheap affordable you know uh narrative right there, like selling bands, selling decals and everything like that are hot things. So hopefully for their business model and everything like that, having such a huge inventory on things, it's you know fashionable things that are selling hot right now. It's the same kind of business model as drop shipping. You don't want to buy a bunch
Yeah.
of things and have them sitting in a warehouse somewhere that nobody's buying. Oh
Right.
man, I got 3,200 ruled maps. What am I going to do with this?
Right.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. What do you think the future of streaming is? Where do you think it's going? Because it's still fairly new right now. Like
Absolutely.
it's been around, but it's really blown up in the recent years. Where do you think it's headed?
I really feel like it's still in the adolescent stages, genuinely. Like it's still a lot to figure out. But for me, I think the next series of gaming and everything like that, and the next series of streaming and streaming platforms are going to be VR. I
Yeah.
really do. I really think virtual reality. People are going to get to the point where gaming is going to be their everyday norm. Like I feel like they're going to come home and have two realities. They're going to have their work reality, then come home and have their virtual reality, as wild as that sounds. But with technological advances and everything like that, it's getting to the point where people can come home and using the internet, they can live whatever narrative that they want and whatever life that they want.
Now,
That's
do you get
interesting.
involved in the virtual reality world? Have you
I
involved in
haven't,
that?
I haven't, but I feel like I feel like at some point it's going to get to that. Of course, my brother was big on using the Oculus, and he had and my nephew loves using the Oculus and things like that. And I probably need to get more into it, definitely, because I feel like everything's going to be shifting more to that narrative. Because an Xbox and a PlayStation and a PC are pretty cool for gaming, but I just feel like at some point they're going to have an exhausted value, that people are going to want more out of something. I mean, look at the difference now between an Xbox Series X and a PlayStation 5 and a Nintendo.
Right.
Look at the technological advances. I feel like at some point we're gonna get so far ahead of ourselves that all these consoles are just going to be depleted, to where everything's going to be more of a realistic value as opposed to playing games in some unrealistic world.
A friend of mine was wanting to come up with some sort of and this already exists, so I'm not throwing his idea out there, but like a vest that you can put on that has some sort of sensors inside. So if you're playing like a boxing game, right? Somebody punches you in the chest, you feel a pump, Same thing
absolutely.
with first person shooters. You're out running around, you get shot, you feel like a hit
You
in
ain't
your
gonna
chest.
die, is you?
Oh
Right.
man! But can you imagine, like with Call of Duty, the next level of Call of Duty? You put on your VR helmet, you put your little vest on, you feel like you're out there on the battlefield with all your buddies.
Oh, absolutely. It's about an experience, and I feel like that's going to be what the next level of gaming is going to provide, is a better experience, a better POV of how you're playing the game, to the point where you barely even know if you're playing the game anymore. It's going to feel like it's your real life. You're going to wait to come home from work, to live the life you want to live.
Right.
But isn't playing games like the lazy man's exercise though?
I could see where people think that.
Because think about it. Think about it. Like, I'm a huge 2K fan, okay? But I'm not really trying to get on the basketball court.
Yeah.
But in 2K, I'm like the man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
It's like, so do you really think that's viable for gamers? That, because otherwise, I just think that if gamers were active that way, they'd be out doing active shit as opposed to sitting on their couch.
I can definitely see that, and but there's an esports scene to where people play this, competitively, and it may not be as physically exhausting as other sports and everything like that, but it is a sport, and there's several tournaments, especially Apex tournaments, EA will put on and everything like that, where there's millions of dollars on the line. And let's be honest, bowling's not the most aggressively exhausting sport, but it's an active thing. So it's the same way.
Maybe
with
not
games.
when you play.
Yeah. Well, I'll be lucky when I'll be
Brandon's
lucky
like
when
Jordan.
right. I'll be lucky if I
no.
hit 3 digits when I play, when I bowl.
That's
But
me. My biggest score is like 62.
I'm over here clapping. I'm over here, I hit 7 out of the 10. Look at me.
You got the
Get
bumpers up.
wrecked. Yeah. I'm over here popping drinks at that point.
Right, yeah, I mean,
But
62.
yeah, but not every sport is going to be, super high level physical, of course. I think it just pertains to the person in general's lifestyle, like people need something to keep them centered. Everybody needs an outlet to keep them centered and to gravitate, the negativity of the day towards that, regardless of what that be. If you collect candles, if you play video games, if you go outside and play basketball, everybody needs an outlet. And I just feel like, gaming was just a lot of people's outlet, to the point where they wanted to organize it a lot more. And make more of a platform or more of a success for people that use that as an outlet. So I don't think necessarily being a gamer is a lazy tendency. You can
Well, I
be.
might have worded that wrong. I might have
No,
worded
I
that.
understand, but I
Yeah.
know I get what you say there.
Yeah.
You know, they joke around, and gamers get a bad rep. They do. They get a bad rep. Oh, you're just some lazy, unsuccessful guy that lives in your grandma's basement. Blah blah blah.
And
That
I
you
didn't
know
even
that.
mean it from that aspect. I meant it
Yeah,
from like a exercise aspect. You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like you
Oh,
can live out your
absolutely.
dreams through playing for the Bulls on
Yeah.
2K. Yeah, I
Oh
mean,
yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
You don't the work that you put in doesn't have to be nearly as physically exhausting. You can be
Right.
Michael Jordan.
Right.
You know, you
Right.
can facilitate goals and dreams from the couch or office chair that you sit at.
Mm-hmm.
But I really feel like, you know, gaming allows you to do things like you were saying, allows you to do things and enjoy things that you may not be able to have the ability to. Like one thing that we're in development now, and we're really trying to push it, and it's just been, you know, hard to get everything together. But we're at some point we're going to reach this goal to where we can make controllers for disabled players.
Mm.
Now, controllers that will help gamers that with disabilities,
Mm,
and that's what we've been looking into and researching now and everything like that, to give people that don't have the same opportunity and given the same ability to have this outlet as others.
that's interesting.
Hmm.
That's interesting because that would also bring the gaming community into an environment that, you know, never had a chance to do that. And you can live out those dreams. You know, if someone has a disability, but they just love basketball and they have no way of playing it, how awesome is that that you could provide an opportunity for them to play the game?
Absolutely. And that's, you know, that's what gaming is there for. It's like gaming is like it's another rendition of going to the movies. You know, you go to the movies to escape reality, to get a story told to you about someone else's reality.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you can go to the movies and be Captain America, or you can
Right.
go to the movies and be Iron Man. You know, you can go to the movies and be who you want to be. You know, and
That's
escape the
true.
reality of what you had, or what you had going on. You might have had a bad day at work. Oh man, I'll be fine. I'm going to go see this super fire movie with my friends later. It's going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not, you need that outlet. You need that positive consciousness to look forward to, you know, in your life. You know, there's too much negative in life. You know, you need
Mm-hmm.
these wonderful things that help you escape and help keep you centered, to help you, you know, keep pushing through dark times and everything like that. And I think that's really the basis of what made me excited about doing this during COVID. You know, we had a uh, we were in a dark time when, you know, we were in a negative uh, situation, and we're trying to start and, you know, facilitate some positivity from it.
Kind of like us, boss.
Yeah, that's how this podcast got started.
Yeah.
See, and everything's possible just from a little bit of effort and a great idea.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
That's
And
true.
because of your great idea, and you know, you guys' great idea, and you know, the great idea that I was given to work on, you know, we're having this opportunity right now to speak. You
Yeah.
know,
That's right.
long lost friends that haven't been able to, you know, see each other for a while, and now here we are talking about how we've been able to, you know, our successes in life from, you know, the times that we've missed.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you. When Brandon told me that he had you as a guest, I was really excited.
Oh yeah,
You
I
know.
was excited to see you guys, man. Honestly, it's been too long. I, you know, growing up is, of course, it's a part of the world, and it's a part of the narrative, and you got to do other things. You know, it's always that you know, sad to see you go kind of mentality when you know, when you've got great friends and you guys just have a busy lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well,
Yep.
John, for the people out there that are also gamers and are looking for an opportunity to turn that into a career, or at least a side hustle, do you have any words of encouragement, any advice to lend to someone in that position?
Be yourself. Don't try to live. So don't compare your journey and compare what you do and how you do to someone else's success. You'll be the most successful you instead of the most successful somebody else.
Dig that.
Because there's people have other avenues. Your journey's different. Just
Right.
people can see when you're being disingenuous about something, and can see when you're being real about something. And if you're going out there and you're having fun and you're being yourself, people are going to gravitate towards that.
I agree. I agree.
Well, and you have such a strong and hilarious personality that it's probably just a pleasure to watch you play, and
Well,
knowing
thank
that
you,
you like
thank
to
you.
get involved and give them a performance. I'm sure it's a hoot, man.
Oh, absolutely, man. I appreciate your kind words, and I appreciate your time here today and everything. But for me, I love what I do. I enjoy doing it, and if there wasn't successes to it and everything like that, it would still just have been my pleasure to do what I have and been able to give back to the people that enjoy having me around. It's been great, genuinely. I try to do what I can to be entertaining, but the thing is, it's like I enjoy it myself. Even
Mhm.
if the camera wasn't on, it's good. It's good for me, and it helps me just as much as I feel like that it helps other people. If not, it helps me more. It's a good stress reliever. It's a good outlet for me to where I can joke around and have fun with my friends and everything like that. It's just, and I'm just so lucky that so many people find it entertaining.
Yeah.
I'm just a blessed individual when it comes to that scenario.
More than anything for me, Johnny T, when I look at what you're doing and see what's going on Instagram with you and stuff like that, I'm more impressed and happy that you've stuck with it for a long time. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I've known you for a long time now, and I know you can be kind of fly by night sometimes.
Yeah.
But for you to actually just stick with this for a couple years at least, you know what I mean,
Oh,
and be
absolutely.
consistent with it, you know, like that's the part that brings me joy, because consistency is the key to anything that you got going on. You know what I mean? And you've been pretty consistent, so I salute you.
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate those word sticks, and for you guys to make this podcast and everything like that, and to make it what it is, man. This has been wonderful today. Genuinely, I genuinely enjoy this, and I hope for you guys to have more great successes in this, and this can facilitate something that you enjoy and that you guys want with this. Honestly,
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Where can they find you at, man? How do people find Mr. Legend?
Okay, definitely go to www.iconicgaming.net, and that's iKon, IKON, iconic, KONIC, iconicgaming.net. You can find all your iconic needs there. They have our wonderful Discord and community of people that you can click on. There's different about me's and bios of the different teammates and team members that you can meet that are a part of the Discord, and different admins and everything like that. There's different merchandise if you feel so inclined to support. There's a print shop to use for yourself if you got a family barbecue coming up or anything like that, and you guys need t-shirts made. Hey, we're your people in the gaming industry. We're family friendly, and there's just so much more to life than the business side of aspects and everything like that. Come play some games with us.
Right.
Meet some new friends. Everybody needs a friend. Come join the Discord, hang out.
Well, it's fun. I mean, this is probably one of the better interviews that we've had this season. Seriously.
Well, thank you. I mean, I appreciate it. Well, it's just, we've always, the three of us been friends for so long. There's just always an enjoyment and a chemistry between the three of us, where we just, even if the camera wasn't on, we'd be laughing and giggling, enjoying each other's company. That's, and that's what it's about, man. It's about enjoying what you do. And I've enjoyed myself today, and I do appreciate you guys having me on.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank y'all so much for checking out Peanut Butter Magic. Hope you enjoyed this interview with Johnny T, aka Man Legend. From Swalo to Boss. We out.
Yep.
It's the peanut butter magic show. It's the peanut butter magic.